This forecast includes the short-range and long-term outlook for your region. A reminder that if an official weather warning is issued for this area, an alarm will sound as your Weather Network screen turns completely red. The complete text of the warning will then appear, but this will only occur if the warning affects your immediate area. It's a public safety feature of the Weather Network.
You're watching the Weather Network, covering weather and environmental issues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, exclusively on cable.
It's now time for our regional report on the Weather Network. And the heat goes on in Western Canada. BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan will all see temperatures between 5 and 10 degrees above normal today. Meanwhile, the end is in sight for residents of Central Canada. The high temperatures and stifling humidity will last for one more day in Ontario, but a cold front will bring cooler and drier air to the province tomorrow. With a look at our latest satellite images, here's Frank Cavallero.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Thank you for joining us. Before we get to our latest satellite images from coast to coast, region by region, let's quickly look at our polar sat, which takes us back a few hours. Some cloud ready to move into the territories today. A chance of showers this afternoon, but quite mild in Yellowknife. Cooling off, but clearing in Whitehorse and the Yukon. Not much in terms of cloud or precipitation through the prairies and BC. Some cloud over Manitoba. This cloud edging its way to the east. Another system moving over southern Ontario, and Newfoundland had some cloud. Here's our latest Atlantic Canada bird's eye view. Some cloud over Newfoundland along with some sun today, but cool conditions. Summertime, no doubt about it, through Halifax, throughout Nova Scotia actually, New Brunswick and PEI. Temperatures in Nova Scotia today could hit low 30s. If you're on the beach, get the sunscreen on. Sunny day, hazy day as well, humid in some areas. Northern New Brunswick will cloud over in through eastern Quebec. Some clouds. Montreal, partly cloudy skies and hazy. Ahead of this front, there could be some action today. Showers and possibly heavy thunder showers behind the front, cooling off and lower humidity. Here's a severe thunderstorm watch on from York, Durham, all the way to Ottawa Hull. Areas to the north and to the east of Ottawa as well. Potentially there could be heavy thunder showers throughout the afternoon throughout southern regions of Ontario and southwestern Quebec. Calmer weather over northwestern Ontario, risk of a shower or two. Clearing out nicely in Manitoba, temperatures a tad below average. Above seasonal temps, sunny, warm in Saskatchewan, sunny, warm in Alberta, sunny, warm in BC, hot in the interior. Interior regions could see highs near 37 or 38 degrees. Your forecast is coming up.
Centers in your region. This report covers 2 time periods for each center. The first is the next 6 hours. The second forecast for the same sites covers the next 12 hours.
Our PolarSat indicates, of course, how things have and are continuing to shape up as far as the weather conditions are concerned. We do have this warm front. That is the one we're keeping an eye on, but it's the trailing cold front that we'll be giving you the details on in just a moment or so. It's carving right across Ontario, and it is kicking up a lot of active weather. As we take a look a little bit further westward, though it's settling down somewhat, there is still going to be the risk in northwestern Ontario of some clouds and some showers, and again some of that fog maybe near the Great Lakes area. But it is clearing up very nicely as we take a look westward. Still in Saskatchewan, we're going to keep an eye on a weak little disturbance, though, that's going to increase the amount of cloud over the Edmonton area within the next 24-hour period, and it's staying mainly clear for much of British Columbia, clear too in the Yukon. Some of that cloud, though, from yesterday from the Yukon finding its way into the territories. So let's get a little bit more specific on this now. There is our cloud cover that's still working its way through Newfoundland for the time being. Clouds, some showers with that. Clearer skies. There is still going to be the potential for coastal fog in areas around the Yarmouth sector, but it's in Ontario. This is the active weather that we are dealing with. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for southern Ontario. On the radar, it looks like this. You can see the definition of that cold front very clearly. Another active weather too over towards that Hastings County area, which is involved in the warnings within the watch too. So it's Renfrew, Lanark, and Frontenac. They are warnings within the watch, so keep that in mind as we take a look at eastern Ontario right now. I understand the Renfrew and Arnprior areas are getting hit pretty heavily with some thunderstorm activity. So that is what we are dealing with in the program. Now let's take a look at what else is going on across the country. Still some unsettled weather, as we mentioned, in northwestern Ontario, but after that it gets very settled indeed all the way through to BC. There may be a little bit of low-level cloud tonight that's going to move its way into the Juan de Fuca Strait, and that's about it.
Are forecasts for some specific centers in your region.
Running injuries. You name them, I've had them. The injury I never expected to get was skin cancer, but a few years ago I did. All those hours of running in the sun had taken their toll. I was lucky. My cancer was discovered early. It was treated early. It's gone. And now, whenever I go for a run, I cover up. A hat, long sleeves, and a sunscreen. You should too. Play it safe in the sun.
A message from the Canadian Dermatology Association.
On the Weather Network, this is the local report with detailed forecasts that cover your area.
This forecast includes the short-range and long-term outlook for your region. Remember that throughout the day, the Weather Network features a series of exclusive reports, including pollen levels and the latest UV readings in major centers across the country. You're watching the Weather Network, Canada's reliable source for weather and environmental information. That's 1-800-463-9463 if you have unusual weather conditions to report. Coming up next, pollen levels recorded in major centers across the country.